Yeah, okay. So we'll start our session. So good evening, everyone. Welcome to our day three of session. So this is a regular class one. Okay. So regular class one. So in this today session, we will discuss about few core concepts. Okay. So before going to start our next like a regular decisioning concepts, first we have to give a quick start with our application creation, right? So first we will discuss about application creation. So while creating your application itself, it is providing two options. Okay, so build with decisioning and build with a blueprint. So about this blueprint option also we'll discuss in today's session. So what is this blueprint and how it is helpful and all. So once you successfully create your application, okay, next things we have to discuss about NBA designer. Okay, NBA designer we have to discuss. And then as part of this NBA designer, there are different things we have to discuss. The first thing which included is business taxonomy. Okay, so here one by one we will discuss slowly. Getting my point, everyone? And I'm audible, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So here, as part of today's session, we are just starting with our application creation. So first of all, whenever if we want to start creation of our application in this Pega CDH, as I told you, okay. So we have to do practice in the cloud edition, correct? So that first we need to search for pdn.pega.com. Okay, so I'll just navigate it. Okay, first we will create another new document also, that is application creation. Okay, in CDH, so that this I can share with you if you missed it somewhere also. Okay, so first what we have to do is I'll just share my entire screen, then that will be easy. So here we have to just log into this one. Yeah, give me a minute. So go here, search for pdn.pega.com. Okay, so just search for pdn.pega.com, and then so here it will give you a screen like this. Already if you have, okay, already if you have any Gmails which are already logged into your PDN account, then automatically it will show you that path. Okay, then first I'll draft one by one. Any of the your browser, okay, search in Chrome for pdn.pega.com. Okay, once after searching it will just navigate you to the screen. Okay, after that just you have to click on next. Click on next. Once if you click on next, it asks you to provide a password. Okay, everyone, I think you have this PDN account, right? Anyone, please confirm here. You have PDN account or not?
Yeah, we have.
You have, right? So then directly the way is how I'm showing, you can navigate. Okay, so you just click on verify. 1 minute, I think, to provide. Click on verify. Okay, so after clicking on this, it will show you like this. And then what we have to do is go to training, okay, and then select my dashboard. Here go to trainings and select my dashboard. After selecting this one, it will display you like this. So here in this cloud edition, you are going to work on your CDH applications, right? So there is a special mission available to work on, so that you have to navigate. Otherwise, you can search it. So this is the mission which you have to work on. Okay, decisioning consultant. If you click on that, so here select decisioning consultant. So after selecting that, it will show you different missions here. So according to our business needs, we have to use it. Okay, so like this, first it will display, then just for creation of a sample application. So what we need to do is, you need to start your instance. Okay, so then open any of the mission, no problem. So you can click on this one, select any one of the mission, and then inside of this mission you'll be having different practice modules. Okay, so any of the practice module you can open. So these all modules will consist of some theoretical explanation and these challenges which includes your practical. Okay, so just for practice purpose, I'm just opening any of the challenge. Okay, so open any of the challenge. Just scroll it down. You can see here. Okay, you can see generally it is showing a wake up instance, but for others, if it is all, I'm working on this one, right? So that's what it is showing. Otherwise, for the new users, okay, it will show initialize instance. Okay, getting my point? Any doubts, everyone? Is it okay with my flow, or am I going fast? Just please let me know.
In my system, I don't see the decision consulting
You can search it
in
here.
dashboard.
Yeah, here we can search it. Okay, so search it as per this one. Otherwise, I'll just share you the link, then you can initialize. Okay,
Okay.
getting my point? Otherwise, I'll do one thing. I'm just copying this one and I'll just paste here. Okay, in our chat, then you can copy this and you can open. Getting? So in the chatting window, I have shared a link to open any of the challenge, so that if you just copy it and search it from your Chrome or any of the browser,
Okay.
then you
Okay.
can open. Okay, na? Yeah. Then click on Wake Up Pega Instance. Click on Wake Up Pega Instance. Then what it will show means it will take some time. That means it will take few minutes of time. So in between that, we will discuss about this blueprint. Okay, because it will take sometimes 3 minutes, it will take sometimes 5 minutes, 10 minutes, even 15 minutes also. But from tomorrow onwards, like in the next session onwards, we have to work on practicals only, right? So before our session, I'll just start our instance before 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, so everyone from your end also, please try to be ready with your system also, exercise system, because sometimes if it is not working for me, then I can take your link and I can log in with that. Getting my point? Clear, everyone? So that we'll start like before initializing our system. Okay, anyhow, it's giving launch Pega instance. Okay, I'll just open our regular document. Then click on launch Pega instance. Okay, so that it will display you this screen. So that's what it will take some time. Okay, in between that we will discuss another new concept, that is a blueprint. Okay, so here any one of you have any idea about this blueprint? If you have, please let me know here, like 2 to 3 statements, anything about this blueprint.
No.
Okay, so anyhow, we'll start with the much explanation only. So here, blueprint as a name, we can say it's like a wizard. Okay, so already implemented wizard. So it's like a guided application which is already designed, and this will help you to predefine some structures and some intents. Okay, that means some abstract of your application. So suppose if you wanted to design any banking application, automatically if you provide, that means it will give you a few options. Then whenever if you select that options, according to that it will create some type of options. Okay, that we will see. So here blueprint is nothing but it's an application design wizard, and it will help you to define, already it's available, and it help you to predefine some structure and what is your abstract to create your application before going to create it. Okay, so here whenever if you select that blueprint option, while configuring this blueprint option, we can see few steps. Okay, so we can see few steps. That steps are nothing but it asks us to configure personas. Okay, and it asks us to configure a case type and some kind of data objects. So these all things we'll see, but anyhow, without wasting our time, we are just discussing about this one. And it asks us to configure these channels also. So that means whenever once if you design these things, whatever I just mentioned above, this Pega automatically it will generate few other rules called class structures. Okay, it will generate class structures and some kind of rule sets, few data sets. Okay, that means data types it will create, and case types also it will generate. Okay, once if you define few options, like you have to select what is the business domain you wanted to design your application, and you have to select personas, it will generate automatically because this blueprint is inbuilt with the AI. So automatically if you give one line, it will generate according to that. That's what we are calling, it's like a design wizard. Okay, so why this blueprint is needed means to achieve your business needs. Okay, so it will help you to design your application structure very quickly and without any need of initial manual setup. It will reduce your time. Okay, and it will provide you best practices of your case design also. Getting my point, everyone? Any doubts till this one? Any doubts? Anyhow, if we see that creation of blueprint, then you can able to understand how exactly it is helping us. Clear? So it's nothing but it's already pre-designed one. Okay, it's a guided application design wizard which will help you to predefine the structure of your application, before going to create, like what are the personas, that means what are the access groups you want to create, and what type of case type you wanted to design. If you give one line about your application, then automatically it will design the steps inside of your case type also. Okay, so that we will see in the next few minutes. First I'll just check with this. Okay, so our instance is initialized. Wait for some time. Okay, and then it will show like this. Then click on app switcher. Okay, that means application switcher. It will provide you like this. Then you wanted to work on this Pega Infinity version, right? Just select Pega Infinity. Okay, so here select Pega Infinity, and then it will provide you like this. Generally automatically it is giving for me, but instead of this one it will give you a blank screen. So here, how you know, okay, what is the username and password, how you know? Then if you open any of the mission challenge, it will provide you username and password also. Okay, so it will provide you username and password. So according to that, just do copy and paste your credentials. Okay, then here decisioning architect is a credential, so here I'm just selecting this one, and then click on login. Once if you click on login, it will give you screen like this. Okay, close it. Once if you close this one, here it is directly opening your customer decisioning hub portal. Okay, so this is half your decisioning like CDH portal looks like. Okay, then at left side if you see there are different menu options are available. So here in this CDH portal we can define different type of designs. Okay, so here if you wanted to navigate through your like a dev studio, you have to go to intelligence category for defining the new applications. Okay, even though if you wanted to go to app studio, dev studio, or prediction studio, in your CDH portal, if you see the left side menu navigation, you have to click on intelligence. Okay, so that just click on intelligence, and then if you go here expand it, you can see one option is provided, select prediction studio. Then it will go to prediction studio. Okay, just expand it and select prediction studio. So prediction studio is opened. Then switch the app. Okay, from where to where? From prediction to dev studio. Okay, for what purpose? To create the new application. Okay, clear everyone? So just click on this prediction studio and select dev studio. So here select dev studio, and then what we need to do here, you can see this is one ubank application which is provided by your cloud edition. Okay, so here on top of this, okay, on top of this CDH application, you have to create your own application. So in this next 45 days of course, we are going to discuss about application which is related to a banking domain. Okay, so there, related to this banking domain, you can name your application. Okay, either it may be Citibank or HDFC Bank or some kind of state related banks. Okay, or ME Bank, BOS, like this. As per your wish, you can name your bank application name. Okay, so that, as you know, I think everybody, if you worked on Pega personal edition, you know how to create application. In the same way here also, to create the application even in the cloud edition, the same configurations we have to follow. Okay, so as I shown you in the yesterday session, like I explained you, right? Application layer, first of all, you'll be having a base layer. On top of it, generally we'll be having um, a foundation layer which is related to CDH, and then on top of that we'll be having framework layer of CDH. On top of CDH framework, you can build your own application which is domain specific. As simply you can see, if you click on these applications, this particular application, Ubank application, is built on top of these many applications. Okay, so here and there inbuilt, the base application is Pega platform, and then they defined their own frameworks. On top of it, CDH framework prerequisite, that is foundation one, and then Pega Customer Decision Hub. This is the framework one, and this CDH is related to this Ubank. Okay, in between that, they just imported some other frameworks also according to their business needs. They just imported. In your real applications also, this application stack will be different. Okay, so for general understanding purpose, I just explained you about this application stack. Okay, now we'll see. Okay, 1 minute. So now here, to create new application, here we are choosing banking domain. Okay, then follow below steps. Okay, to create new application. Then how you create your application as regularly in Pega applications, just click on this application. Okay, click on application and select new application. Okay, as you know, select new application. So whenever, if you are selecting a new application, as we discussed prior to this one, we discussed few minutes back, right? It is providing two options. What type of application do you want to create? Okay, so here you have to select what type of application you wanted to design. Then here, blueprint, like build from a blueprint or build manually. Okay, first here manual creation will see, and then later how this blueprint will work exactly we will see by creating, and this build from blueprint option also we will explore. Okay, so here build from manual one. Okay, then what is this here? Select build from manual, then click on build from scratch. Okay, 1 minute. You have already, there is a CDH application, right? You have to select this one. Okay, build from existing one manually, and select build from existing, then click on this one. You have to select, okay, which one you wanted to create. Pega Customer Decision Hub related application you want to create, or Operations Manager related application you want to create. So here purpose is different for both type of applications. Here, customer decision hub related application is for managing your customer journeys along with your next best action designers. Okay, that means related to decisioning part. If you wanted to build, this is the one you have to select. This operations manager is for business changes. Okay, so suppose you have designed few actions, okay, related to your offers. You have designed, there is some change is needed, okay, in that action, then you have to work on this operations manager. Okay, so that's what, as of now, we wanted to create CDH application, right? So that select customer decision hub. Then once you select this one, it will show you these options. Okay, so select build with Pega CDH, then click on
Can we
this.
ask question?
Yes, yes, you can, no problem. But it's better after this configuration. I'll just ask you once again if you have any queries. In between, you can ask.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So here, click on Launch CDH Setup Wizard. If you click on that, it will provide you a wizard. Okay, and then click on Next. Here, whatever the application you wanted to create, like a specific domain related application, whatever you wanted to design, that organization you wanted to define here. Okay, so here I'm just defining Citibank. Okay, Citibank as my organization, and I'm trying to define my application name as credit cards. Okay, so here we are going to work on this type of application, so that just give a name like this and then click on. I'll just try to do this one. Yeah, next. Here the main thing will come into the picture. It will provide you the industries. Okay, so click on next because it's a wizard implementation, right? So it is asking you to select the industry. Okay, choose industry. Then whenever if you are choosing this industry here, at runtime of your application creation, it will generate a data model along with the NBAD template. Okay, so whenever if you are choosing your industry here at runtime, it will generate data model. That means, as we discussed in yesterday's session, car model, X car model, and NBAD template we discussed, right? So whatever that things will do, same thing will do by this choosing of industry. Okay, so here we are going to work on banking application, right? Then select retail bank. If it is related to healthcare, then you can select it. Okay, if it is related to communications, you can select here. According to your requirement, you have to select. Okay, others, if it is not related to these any of the category, then you can define others also. So here, click on next. Click on next. Then you can see here, it is providing us a repository name. So what this repository will help us here, suppose if you are interacting with the customer, then you are noting that decision is defined. That means you have sent an offer to the customer. Okay, then from the customer you may get some type of impressions. Okay, that may be clicked, accepted, rejected, like this, so that you will receive some interactions from the customer, right? So that in this application, okay, in this cloud edition CDH application, you have to maintain a repository for this interaction history. Okay, this interaction history you can move to a file or to a database. then it is providing you a default repository as file repo as name. Okay, getting my point, everyone? Clear or any doubts here? Okay, click on next. Click on next. So after selecting all your configurations, you just review your configuration, whatever you selected. So here, review your configuration before starting the process to set up your customer decision hub. Okay, then the automated process. Okay, it may take some time, like 30 minutes up to it will take 30 minutes of time to create your application. Okay, then what is the name you have configured for your organization? It's a Citibank. Okay, and application name as part of this Citibank, there are different lines of business. Okay, they are processing credit cards also. Okay, they'll provide credit cards. That means they can initiate a new case regarding this credit card, or they can initiate a case type which is related to retaining customers, and they may provide services related to this credit card application. Like this, there are different lines of business available. Okay, and that industry template, retail banking, you have selected, then this template may consist of different type of data models. So that's what it is provided, a data model, one to one data model zip file. That means a sample data it has to provide, right, for processing, so that this data model will provide you a sample data. And next best designer configurations, that means we will see once it configured successfully. Otherwise, with the sample test application also I can show you this how next best action designer will work. Okay, then it will create NBAD template. That means without manual processing everything from scratch, it will provide you from services. Okay, few services it will provide you from CDH framework, and it will provide you business taxonomy, some kind of sample business taxonomies, and it will generate strategies like this. All this kind of sample things it will generated by the NBAD template. Okay, then you can click on start. Okay, click on start. If you click on this start button, it will take some time to create your application. Okay, so it will take some time to create your CDH application. So it's on processing. So in between, one person asked doubt, right? Yeah, now you can.
Yeah, so there was an option of creating two types of application. One is
Yes, yes,
decisioning and another is operational manager.
yes,
So
yes.
actually, operation manager is also uh, an important.
Yeah, yeah, that is also important, but that is a different module actually. Okay,
Yeah.
because that is a
My
different kind of
question
application.
was. Yeah,
Yes.
my question was, so let's say we created a decisioning application where next best actions has been
Okay.
defined for
Hmm.
offers, and if we want business users to modify those options, so
Hmm.
how the two applications we are associating? Because for to
Yeah.
do that, you mentioned we have to
Actually, you will
use
be having an
operation.
option. Okay, if it is normal application, if you go to this one, we'll be having options to switch in between the applications. Okay, so switch in between the applications for faster release and standard release. So that if you switch in between, that means first of all, the person, okay, who logged into this one CDH architect right here, and he have to maintain access to log into that operations portal also. Getting my point?
Yeah.
If he have that access to log into that BOS, like a BOE, business operations environment, then he can switch in between the applications, and he can create a new request for changing your either actions or treatments, whatever. Already
So
that is
that
implemented.
one is the separate application which we
Yeah.
will give to access to a business user or
Yes.
maybe an operational user
Yes. Hmm.
through access portal. But
Yes.
how that operation manager application will have actions which is used in our decisioning application.
Yeah, so here that's what, yeah, sorry, one thing, just repeat it once again. And one more thing, I don't know your name. Actually, here we are just starting from very scratch. Okay, so after our 20 to 25 sessions, we have to start discussion of this BOE environment, because after you know about all technical terms related to the CDH, like creation of treatments, actions, and then prepositions, business issues, groups, then only it's better to talk about this business operations environment, because that's related to a change request processing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
No worries. Yeah.
it's clear, right? Anything?
Yeah. Yeah. That's clear.
Yeah, because few people may in the very starting phase, right? If we discuss
I
about that,
I
they may
understand. I
get
understand.
confused.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
okay.
understand.
So till this, apart from this question, okay, anyone have any questions about this application creation?
The Jansi, if suppose we select the build from scratch, at the time also same actions will be happen, right?
Yeah, same thing will happen, but there we have to import, like we have to like download that CDH framework also. Okay, because here we don't have that zip file of CDH framework. We are
Okay,
selecting build from existing one. Clear?
okay, thank
Yeah.
you. If suppose we are creating, at the time we need to select build from scratch, right?
Yeah.
At the
If you
time, how
have
can
that
we
zip
get that
file
zip
of,
file?
sorry, 1 minute.
At the time, how can we get that zip file and all to create the
Actually,
build from
this
scratch?
CDH framework zip file will be provided by your organization. Okay.
Okay,
So
okay,
here, that's what we are using this cloud edition. That's a licensed one, right?
okay.
Yeah.
So in the cloud
And
edition
what
only it's
will
showing,
that
right?
zip file
Now,
will have?
Sorry.
in the
Uh,
cloud edition
uh,
only it is showing, right? Not from build from scratch. It is showing from that one.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay,
Because that zip file I don't have. Okay. That's what I'm
okay.
just building it from existed application. Okay. Yeah.
and usually what that zip file will have?
As I mentioned, right, actually in that zip file, few already implemented components will be there. Okay, what CDH exactly consists of, it's nothing but a framework. In that zip file already one application is implemented. Getting my point? So these points already we covered in the yesterday session. CDH is a framework. So framework is nothing but what? Which consists of reusable components. That reusable components are nothing but some kind of NBAD designers and some kind of strategies. Okay. And actions related, treatments related, engagement policies related things already implemented in that zip file. Okay. So, but once if you import that zip file, we will start it from a new application. Clear? Because some related strategy results classes, everything will be available in that framework. Okay, and some kind of services also, that services which are related to displaying offers which you have created on your websites. That means through the channels, if you want to promote, there are some kind of implementations already available. Those are nothing but real time containers and all. Actually, even though if I discuss about that here itself, few people may get confused, so that's what I'm just going step by step. Okay, clear?
Yeah. Yeah. So in real time, there could be a possibility that we will not have this zip file, right? Or we will
No, no,
have
no.
it.
Already, actually, if you are working for any organization, if that is not possible, sometimes you will work on scratch of your application, right? Already that is there available. The design implementation you have to understand. That means, as I shown you, that application stack you have to understand. on top of which application another application is built on. Okay, then how can you access the attributes or properties or some other business rules from the below applications, that you have to understand. Clear? Any doubts? And anyhow, I'll just try to find out this zip file of this CDH framework. Then, if it is available, I'll just provide you through WhatsApp. Okay. Anyhow, our team will provide you documents, right? Today, if you check, I have sent some documents which are related to NBA, NBO, and car model, X car model, and I have shared you CDH architecture representational diagram. These all things I have shared. Just please try to go through it once again. And today's documents, which are related to application creation, I'll just share you through WhatsApp. Okay. Anything? Anyone? Any doubts? We'll just check it once again. Yeah, it's on processing. 50% it's processed, and I think here it's almost 7:45, right? It may take next 5 to 10 minutes of time in between that. So the next remaining concepts actually we have to discuss about, that as I listed here. Application creation we are just started, and then this one blueprint also we discussed, and we have to see the practical about this blueprint. Okay, what exactly this blueprint will do and what step by step navigations we have to take care here. And then in next, like in the next Monday class, we have to discuss about this NBAD designer. That means what exactly this NBA designer will help you. So actually it consists of different components with it. Okay, those are nothing but I'll just try to show here. Okay, if we click on back to customer decision hub, you can see here one to one next best action designer. Okay, so one to one next best action designer, if you click on this one, so this next best action designer is also nothing but it's a component. Okay, and it consists of different interfaces. Those are nothing but taxonomy, constraints, engagement policies, arbitrations, and channels. So about all these interfaces we have to discuss one by one. Okay, because everything, each interface is connected with other rules also, so that's what we have to discuss. This is build customer lifetime value with one to one and intelligence driven engagements. That is nothing but if you wanted to maintain engagement with your customer for lifetime, then these are the different things we have to take care. Okay, that means here define your business structure. In this business taxonomy interface, we can define our business structure. That is nothing but what are the different offers you wanted to promote to the customer. Okay, not only offers, if you wanted to promote any type of messages or any type of services to your customer, this is the place where you can define that. Okay, and then set up the constraints and contact policies. This is another interface. That is nothing but suppose you have sent an email, okay, which is related to a credit card, standard card related offer you have sent. Okay, then same offer within 1 week you are sending multiple times, then what will happen? Customer may get irritated and there is a scope he can reject that same offer, correct? Then you have to limit contacting the customer. Okay, in a week you have to contact one time through a email channel, or throughout entire channels you can provide some boundary. Okay, how many number of times you can contact the customer, like this constraints you can provide using this constraints interface. Okay, and next will be having engagement policies. What we can do with these engagement policies are nothing but we can define eligibility rules, applicability, and we can define some other suitability related things we can define in this engagement policy. As you know, eligibility is nothing but suppose you wanted to promote any type of card to the customer, age of that customer should be above 18, okay, and his annual income should be above 5 lakhs per annum. Like this you have to define some kind of eligibilities, so that you can do as part of this engagement policy. And this arbitration is completely AI driven one. So inside of this arbitration we can perform different levels like some kind of business priorities, some kind of customer priorities, okay. And then here channel related one. So here channels are nothing but where we can enable our channels, okay. In this channel interface you can select, like you can select what kind of channels you wanted to send offers to the customer, email channel, inbound, and some kind of mobile channels or web channels you wanted to promote. Like this you can configure and you can add your channels also. If you click on this edit, you can add your own channels. Like if you wanted to configure some kind of SMS channels, then you can configure your own channels, and you can click on this edit and you can reactivate whatever the channels are inactive now in the status, then you can reactivate that particular channels. So this is what about this NBAD designer. Simply if I want to tell you about this NBAD designer, it's nothing but a component where which consists of CDH, like in this CDH framework, this NBAD designer will help you to deliver one-to-one customer engagement decisioning related solutions. Okay. Then the main purpose of this NBAD designer here is to orchestrate. That means to plan or to design your end-to-end one-to-one customer logic. Okay. That means to promote next best actions to the customer. This is the place where you can orchestrate, that means where you can design, where you can plan your one to one engagements, okay. Then what does this NBA designer will do means, as I explained you, it will provide you a central interface to configure business taxonomies, different channels and engagement policies, different constraint related rules you can configure here, and arbitration process also you can configure, okay. In depth about each interface will take different sessions, like altogether it may take 5 to 7 sessions, okay. In one session itself to explain about all these things it's not possible, so we'll start with one by one. First, in the next Monday session we'll just give a quick start with the taxonomy defining. So this taxonomy is nothing but business structure, okay. So that what exactly this business structure will consist of means, it consists of issues and groups. So what exactly these issues, groups, propositions, everything we'll discuss on next class, that is Monday, okay. Anyone, any doubts or clear everything from my end? Please respond. Mahesh, Deepa, Varshika, Kirti, Harshada,
Yes,
Sandhya, Somnath, and Kumar, Swati, I think, yeah. So today, in this time span, like we have only 1 hour, right? So in this 1 hour of time duration, it's we have created an application, okay, and we discussed about NBAD designer, what it exactly will do, and what is the purpose of this NBAD designer also, okay. And one more thing, remember everyone, because this is very, like these are very initial sessions, right? It's a little bit of tough and little bit of complex to remember about all these technical terms, even though the navigation also not that simply to remember. So that's what I'm just recommending you to practice how many number of times it is possible. Okay, so keep on doing practice, then for sure definitely you can remember. Even though while at initial phase of our schooling also, in like pre-standards like UKG, LKG, like this, we cannot remember even ABCD like this. After some time we can able to remember about apple, ball, cat, like this. After some time, even in the first standard, you can able to write few lines of statements, right? Then by the practice only everything will come. So that's what from my end as a suggestion. Please try to do practice. Okay. And I have shared this link on chatting window. Just try to copy this link and try to create your application from your end. Okay. The name of application is your wish. Either that may be related to Citibank, HDFC Bank, or some kind of RBI, like this. Your wish. That's your wish. But you have to do practice the application what I'm explaining from day one itself. Yeah, this is from my end. If you have any queries, you can ask here, and I'll just share these documents through WhatsApp. Okay, I'll just ask our team to share these documents, whatever I'm having with me about this NBA designer and about this application creation. Also, we have prepared a document, right? This document first I'll do save as application creation in CDH. Okay, so I'll just share it with you, everyone. Then it will be easy to remember. Application creation in CDH. I'm just saving this application. I'll just share to everyone. Okay, and one more thing I want to update from my end. Every time in this cloud edition, for every 2 to 3 days or within 1 week, whatever the work you did, it will be erased. Okay, so it's better to take the zip file of your implementation for every 1 or 2 days. Okay, so even we have created an application today, right? We don't know whether it will be there for the next class, which will be on Monday. Okay, so that's what on Monday again anyhow I'll just check it out whether it is there available or not. If not available, I'll just try to import this once again, or it is new one only, right? I'll try to create. Okay, but if you wanted to do practice with your created application, then you have to take a zip file of your application for every 1 to 2 days. Okay, because if you reset your application once, everything will be erased. Okay, yeah, this is from my end. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Otherwise, we can
Zip,
wind up our session.
yeah, zip file in the sense, if suppose we have, today the class is happened, we need to download the zip file, right?
Yes,
All the class.
yes, yes.
So it's, I think it's
That is
possible from
nothing
your end.
but that is for practice purpose. Anyhow, it's not like a linked concepts, right? One to one. It's not like a, as I told you, in regular Pega applications implementation, there will be a link, correct? But
Yeah.
CDH concepts, we don't know where to start and how the process will go on. Okay, so each concept will consist of different importance. So according to real time business use cases, we have to create so that no problem. Even though if you missed that, I'm just providing screenshot documents, right? Even though if you go through with that also, you can able to understand.
Okay.
Clear? Suppose, simple example, if I want to tell you, if you define a business taxonomy once now, if you try to use that same business taxonomy for tomorrow's session, it may not available. Okay, then again you have to define your business taxonomy and you have to give a start with your further business logical implementations. Okay, so that is only one thing you have to remember if you wanted to work with this cloud edition. But in personal edition, that type of things no need to bother, right? Because that will be there for um, whenever you have this personal edition, till then that will be there in your application. But with this cloud edition, that will not be available after 2 days or 3 days or within 1 week. It may get erased. Okay. Yeah. So any questions from anyone? If no doubts, then we'll start our next session on Monday, and today we can close.
I think after enrolling the course, we will get the WhatsApp group, right? For all
Yeah,
the
yeah. Anyhow, we will
training.
create a WhatsApp group. There,
So there we can ask
uh,
questions any
yes,
we
yes.
have while
You can
doing
ask
work.
there. Otherwise, I'll just provide you my personal number also, and I also included in that WhatsApp group, right? So that
Yeah.
you will get solutions. No problem.
I have one scenario I would like to ask. This is not relevant, but it may help to understand
Yes,
it
yes.
perfect. Uh, when you say customer decisioning, all the logic that is needed for, let's say, we built an application for providing offers for various customers, right?
Okay. Mm.
And I want this functionality to be available in my public site. Say, for example, I have a chase.com application, right? I want to display those offers in the Chase website, not in the
Okay.
Pega website.
Okay.
How can I do that?
So actually here by taking the help of third party, okay, that means here generally we'll be having services. Okay, I think this is another document here. I'll try to actually this scenario also we will cover in our sessions. That means
Mhm.
suppose you have 3 to 4 offers with you. These offers you wanted to display on website, then what we have to do here, we have to take the help of services. Okay, and here there is a separate concept which is a real time container. Okay, this real time container, and we have to provide a real time container script also. Okay, real time container script. Then this script we need to provide to the third party application where you wanted to display your offers. Okay, there in that script they will call this real time container rule, and to this real time container rule we will set our scope. Okay, that means from where, okay, from where it has to fetch offers and what offers it has to display. Okay, then it will display the offers on their website, and here the channel configurations also we have to take care. The
Mhm.
channel configuration is you need to configure website. Okay, and while configuring your channel you need to create treatment. Okay, and this treatment is web treatment, and you need to create action. Okay, clear?
Mhm. Yep.
Getting or any doubts? Because it will take some time to understand. So here it will be displayed as like a script. Okay, it will be displayed as like a JSON format after performing all these things. Like from this website of third party, whenever if user logged into that website, request will receive to the Pega related CDH applications. Okay, then from there it will start hitting off real time container script. In that script, that will be called a real time container. This real time container will be assigned with a scope. That means from where and what type of offers it has to display. Okay, and it will consist of a list property. There in this list property, it consists of data about different offers. Okay,
Mhm.
then according to their need, either they wanted to display that offer as like a tile, or like there are different type of categories we have to do. So while configuring of actions rule, we can discuss about that. That means either as like a small grid in this entire application they wanted to display, or as like a main hero title they wanted to display that offer, that we have to provide here. Then from that website, these Pega CDH applications have to receive some requests. Okay, That request is nothing but subject ID. That subject ID is a customer ID. Okay, that customer ID and what is their issue. Okay, what is group and like this. They have to send what is the real time container. This type of data they have to send as a request from the third party website. Clear,
Mhm.
Kumar?
Yeah, yeah.
Anyhow, this scenario also we will cover in the upcoming session, working with
Okay.
the practicals going forward.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Thank you everyone. So that we'll meet on next class, which is on Monday. So don't miss to attend that session also. Yeah. Thank you.